Thanks for joining me today. Today we will be covering how you can get better as an athlete in your practice. I will cover 5 tips on things that you should be doing, that you should be adding to your practice or restructuring your practice so you can get the most out of your workouts. Also, subscribe to my channel, like the video below, click the bell so you can get notified when I'm coming out with new material every Tuesday. That way you're always on top of the things that I'm going to be bringing out, helping you be a better you. Tune in.
The Real and More. Tips every Tuesday on athletics, health, and becoming your own boss.
I know when I was a younger athlete, I struggled with the point of knowing what I needed to do to get better. I started asking myself, I'm working hard, I'm doing all the things right, but why am I not getting better? All right. People tell you all the time, just work hard, work hard. Okay, but what does that entail? To me as an athlete, you need to know the things that you need to specifically do to get better. Working hard is just not good enough. All right, and I found that out when I went to college, that I need a specific plan on how to get better and have direct focus on what things I need to get better at. All right, just running and just simply working and lifting is not always just good enough. That will get you to the level of where you need to be for a college athlete, but when you get there, you gotta have a specific plan and a detailed, set out plan for your growth in the sport. All right, just outrunning everybody, simply outlifting everybody is just not always good enough. You're gonna need a specific plan on how you need to get better and direct your focus. All right, so tip number 1. My first tip would be you have to work smart. All right, everybody at the next level, if you're a high school athlete, usually pretty much works hard. All right, in college and even at the professional level, most people work hard, but you have to learn to work smart. And what do I mean by that? All right, so you can go out and you can run, let's say 10,000 sprints, but is that actually getting you faster? Is that actually going to help you? All right. Or you can go, let's just say I want to get stronger. So all the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just do all bench press. Just bench press it out. Yeah, you're working hard, but is that actually getting you where you need to be? All right. You need to do a little research, talk to your coaches, go find help. You can even comment in my comment section below. I'll be more than welcome to help you. How can I work smart? Asking those people, what specific things do I need to be working on to obtain the goals that I want to obtain? All right, my next tip would be setting goals. Right, you have to focus your efforts. If you're not focusing your efforts, what are you getting better at? I talk to a lot of players and I ask them, okay, so what are you going to work on today? And they list off 20 things. I'm like, well, you just got mediocre at 20 different things. All right, is it good to work on all those skills, all those fundamentals? Yes. But the majority of your practice needs to be focused. You need to pinpoint what you want to get better at and have a detailed plan of how you want to execute that. Even for people going to the gym and working out, I see a lot of people, they waste time when they go to the gym and work out because they don't have a set plan. Your workout should have actually took 30 to 40 minutes, but you don't have a set plan that actually takes you 2 hours. Yeah, you were there working hard, but for 40 of the minutes, you were trying to figure out what you were going to do. Not having that set, detailed plan actually made you, have a lot of wasted time. As an athlete, we don't have a lot of time to get better. There's only so many hours in the day. You need to have a set, focused plan of how you want to get better. You want to have goals that you want to meet. Daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals. You want to sit down and start planning out your success. Sit down and plan out your workouts. Also sit down and say, okay, be real with yourself. What am I good at? What am I bad at? The things that I am good at that is going to help me excel in my particular sport, I need to build on those things. I need to get goals on, plans on how I want to get better at those particular things, how I want to make those strengths of mine become even stronger. And then also have a plan for those weaknesses. Have a plan for the things that you may not do as much. All right, tip number 3. I think this is one of the most overlooked aspects for a player. I have my players come up to me asking me all the time, hey, coach, how can I get better? The quickest way you can get better, I think, is becoming a student of the game. Your film study, knowing what you are doing will put you in a better spot than all the footwork and all the drills and ball catching that you can ever do. I have a lot of players that are not playing because they simply don't know what they're doing. I've seen players on other teams. I'm like, man, that guy is big, he's strong, he's athletic, he can run. But then you ask the coach, so why is he not playing? They say, coach, he simply doesn't know what he's doing. I can't put him on the field. I can't trust him. So it doesn't matter what sport you're in. Be a student of the game, all right? I'm not saying you need to have the knowledge of a coach, but you need to know what's going on. You need to have a good understanding of the game, because it doesn't matter what game you're playing, basketball, football, volleyball, softball, soccer, knowing the ins and outs of the game and knowing where you fit at in that particular sport is going to help you, all right? Become a student of the game. Know the game in and out. Know your position in and out. Know the things that the coach is asking you to know. Know the plays. Know them in and out. That way, when it comes crunch time, you're not thinking in the game. You're just reacting, because you know exactly what you're supposed to do, and also you know exactly what the other team is trying to do. Winning that mental side of the game is what a lot of athletes do not work on in the summer or in their off season. All right, get in the film room, get with your coaches, learn exactly what you're doing. That way, all that film study, all that running, all those cone drills can actually be put to work, because you're on the field, because you know what you're doing. Tip number 4, position-specific training. All right, I can see a lot of people going out and doing all these things, but you don't go and train on things that you need to do for your position. So let's just take football, because I'm a football coach. For a corner, I can see corners all the time doing all these foot ladder drills and cone drills, and that stuff is great. I used to do them, and I still have my players do them. But if you do not translate all that work that you just did on the cones and on the ladders into your position, to where how you're going to move on the field, you're doing it in vain. All right, you want to get quick, you want to do the things, you want to be able to break. Running backs, all right, we don't run through ladders on the field. Yes, will that get you great? Will that get your footwork good? Yeah, that'll get your footwork very, very good. But now you need to learn how to transition that work into the position that you're going to be doing on the field. All right, I see a lot of players don't do that. They go out and they do all these drills, but they really don't ever translate it to their position. All right, the reason that I do the cone drills, the reason that I do the ladder drills, is to break down one small key element of a big technique. All right, so we can just practice that key element of the technique. So for instance, breaking, we do a lot of ladder drills. All right, we're going to be going in and out the ladders, breaking left to right, breaking backwards, breaking forward. Right, that's just to practice in a small area of the big picture that we want to do in the end, which is backpedaling and breaking on the ball. All right, but if you never transition that into practice, all that practice that you just did, to me, is in vain. All right, you want to be looking at over the summer, you want to be looking at over the off season of how you can have position-specific training that is key to your position. All right, the 5th tip. All right, I learned this from Coach Leach himself. He always harped on knowing the small detail. All right, my coaches taught me this in college. They called it more of paying attention to the minute detail. Every detail has to matter. All right, when you're going through and you're training, if it's supposed to be a 6-inch step, you want it to be a 6-inch step, because if you train yourself like that, when you're on the field, you don't have to think about it. You're doing every little small thing right in your form, and you're throwing it for a quarterback. Every small, minute detail has to be right. And for guys that are great, like the Kobe Bryants of the world, the LeBron James, the Deion Sanders, anybody that's been great at their sport, I guarantee you, if you talk to them, the small details always matter. It matters of how you carry yourself off the field. It matters of the things you do in the locker room. So if that matters, the small details will matter also on the field. It's going to matter in your training. Start paying attention to those small details. Get somebody to watch you. Have them be very, very critical of everything you're doing. All right, tell them, okay, is my butt low enough in my stance? Am I taking too wide of a step? Am I standing up when I come out of this break? You know, if I'm shooting, is my elbow out too far? If I'm throwing, if I'm catching it, whatever it is that you're doing, you want someone to hold you accountable to those small, minute details in your training. That's how you're going to get better, because once you start paying attention to those details, everything else starts to matter, and you just start, your brain just opens up about all the details of your sport, all the details of your technique, and even all the details of you learning the game mentally. All right, you need to focus on the small, minute details if you want to get better at your sport. All right, this is a bonus tip, and I didn't really take this that serious when I was younger until I got to college, and you know, things start to change as you get older. But you know, people want to gain weight, people want to lose weight, but diet is very important. Whatever you're putting in your body, you gotta watch what you're putting in your body. All right, you need to get with a dietitian, or you can do some research online. Or what I would do is, in one of my next videos, I can post some links to some people that know about diets and how you can gain or lose weight, or how you can maintain things like that. I will also be doing videos in the future of diets, of how to lose weight, the correct way of losing weight, how you should be eating. That is a very, very important thing to do, you know, as an athlete. Taking care of your diet, taking care of the water intake. You want to be getting in the right amount of liquids. You want to be getting in the right amount of protein, the right amount of carbs, fats. You want to be looking at all of that. Diet is a very, very important part of preparing your body to do the things that you want it to do. And lastly, rest and recovery. All right, you can work your tail off, but your body needs rest. Your body needs to recover from you working your tail off. All right, so you need to plan out getting to bed on time, getting the proper rest. You know, not overworking yourself. You know, working 7 days a week, maybe a little bit too much. Your body needs to rest. Listen to your body. You know, get some help from your coaches. Get some help from some trainers. You know, go and talk to them. Okay, what is the right amount of work to rest ratio? You know, how many days should I actually be working out? And maybe on those rest days that you're not doing anything physically, that's when you can be doing your mental stuff. You know, always, you're not taking any days off, but you're just not doing as much mental stuff. Or you can do like active rest. Instead of, you know, going full out, blown out, working hard, maybe just riding a bike, getting loose, doing some stretching, doing some yoga. And that's another big thing. Being limber, being flexible is another good thing. You know, you want to work that into your workouts. But rest and recovery is very, very important. Get your rest, because that's when your body is going to see those gains. And also, it's just good to take a break sometimes. All right, we work hard as athletes. We work hard in everything we do, but sometimes we just need a break. All right, take that break when you need it. All right, rest and recovery and diet is very, very important. Don't ever forget. Thanks for joining me. Once again, you can subscribe to my channel. Also, like the video below. And also click on the bells and get notified when I'm coming out with new material. We'll be coming out with that material every Tuesday, and also having new videos every week, uploading things about health, uploading things about becoming your own boss. Once again, thanks for joining me.